He just made Knicks fans, he just made the NBA, he just made everybody regret doubting him, as OG Anunoby has shown the world that everything he's been saying has been absolutely true, with multiple New York Knicks teammates and head coach Tom Thibodeau speaking out on all of this, and we are going to break it all down, as OG Anunoby has been saying for years that he can be an NBA All-Star level player, and he is showing it, and we are going to break down why he is and what is next, because this is not slowing down, guys. What's up? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things as always. And guys, if you are part of that 64% that's not subscribed to Knicks Digest, make sure to subscribe. We're on that road to 14K. We're going to try to get there before the season ends, I believe. So make sure to hit that button. You guys have been killing it recently, but let's jump into the video. We have a lot to discuss, as OG Anunoby has just made the NBA regret doubting him. There has been so many times where OG Anunoby has gotten criticized for the contract he signed with the New York Knicks. There were so many times when Knicks fans, Raptors fans, when everyone made fun of the New York Knicks for trading RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly for OG Anunoby, with Knicks fans even up to this season saying that they wished that trade never happened and that the contract he signed is going to be one of the worst in basketball. Outlets like Bleacher Report said that. And now OG Anunoby has finally gotten the chance to shut everybody up, and he has done exactly that, as Anunoby has now come in and has been one of the best players in the NBA over the past couple of weeks, as for the second week in a row, he has been nominated for Eastern Conference Player of the Week, and it goes way farther than that. OG Anunoby is the first Knicks player to score 23-plus points in 10 straight games since Carmelo Anthony. You know, the guy who just was named an NBA Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greatest New York Knicks of all time, who's, 11th all time in points? I mean, one of the great Knicks ever. OG Anunoby is the first guy to do that since Carmelo. Karl-Anthony Towns hasn't done it. Jalen Brunson hasn't done it. Kristaps Porzingis didn't do it. Nobody else. RJ Barrett, Julius Randle. Nobody pulled this off except for OG Anunoby, who's now showing everyone that he is that star player, that he can be that all-star player, that he has been telling everybody for years now that he can be. And now we are seeing it fully unload. Now, OG has been insane, and Stefan Bondy mentioned that there were many questions as to whether OG Anunoby would take a step back with Jalen Brunson returning from a month-long injury absence that led to OG getting more touches and evidently scoring the ball more. And it was a natural concern since Brunson is so ball dominant and OG's usage rate goes down with the point guard on the court. However, that did not happen, and we will get into the numbers that he's put up. But Tom Thibodeau was also asked about this, and he dismissed that so quickly, defending Anunoby the way Anunoby defends anyone with the ball at an elite level. As Thibodeau said, that notion is a bunch of garbage. He's all over the floor. That's how he's scoring. The way everyone's scoring, that's a bunch of excuse making, and that's the way I see it. Tom Thibodeau taking no time to instantly defend Anunoby for all he's been doing so far, as Anunoby recently, over his last 10 games, has put up 27.5 points per game with 5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, shooting 56% from the field, 46% from 3, 70% true shooting with a 92 free throw percentage. Anunoby has become the first option for the New York Knicks since Jalen Brunson went down with the injury, and he has not looked back. At the same time, his defense has been the same level of great, and we have now seen a comfortable and confident OG Anunoby wake up and put the NBA on notice. Anunoby recently was balling out, and this does not just start from last night against the Phoenix Suns. This has been going on for weeks now. We have seen OG Anunoby consistently get better and better, showing that he is one of the most talented players in basketball, doing things we've never seen OG do before on the Raptors, on the Knicks. In college at Indiana, OG has shown up and shown out and said, I'm worth that money that the Knicks paid me. bodying guys up, getting to the hoop, dunking on people, looking like that Kawhi Leonard comparison that he was getting if he was to hit his ceiling all those years ago. And now we've seen it at an incredible level. OG is creating his own shot. He's attacking the rim with confidence. He's playing elite defense. He has done everything he has been asked for. And since then, we've seen numbers like this. We've seen these stats. We've seen OG get in games with Jalen Brunson and have Brunson defer to him. Now, yes, it's Brunson's first game back from the injury, and Jalen Brunson's numbers are not going to really go down at all. I imagine that with all the touches, OG's will go away a little bit, but the Knicks let OG be the first scoring option last night as he went for 13 for 17, hit 6 for 8 from 3, taking those shots, putting up 32 points, getting a few assists and rebounds as well, doing all the things that OG Anunoby does at an incredibly high level, and it is terrifying the NBA because, mind you, the Knicks already have 2 elite offensive players in Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns, and now their elite defensive player, OG Anunoby, is saying, hey, I'm joining in on this fun. It makes the Celtics fans think twice about that Knicks-Celtics series coming up in round 2. The Knicks are not losing in round 1 if OG Anunoby's playing like this, because if OG Anunoby's playing like that, the Knicks have one of the most elite big threes in basketball, with Jalen Brunson, an incredibly dynamic offensive player, one of the top 10 best players in the NBA. Karl-Anthony Towns, a top 3 big man in the NBA, who's been scoring the ball at will with the New York Knicks. And then OG Anunoby, over these last 10 games, putting up 27.5 points per game while playing some of the best defense in basketball. Defense that OG does not get enough credit for, as he said himself, saying, I should make first team all defense and win defensive player of the year this season. OG has come out with confidence, and it was never the confidence, it was the opportunities. And also one thing, before we're like, oh, well, OG's getting all this, those numbers would be different if he wasn't playing too many minutes. His minutes are going down. He's putting up all these numbers in 35.6 minutes per game because when OG plays just a tiny bit less minutes, he's doing a little bit more. Now, it's only two less minutes. It's no problem. Tom Thibodeau figured out what works best for OG Anunoby, and this is what works best for Anunoby. OG playing like this looks like Kawhi Leonard. There's no way around it. He does. The ball handling looks better. The way he's attacking the rim looks better. Everything OG's doing looks better. And OG was asked about the concept of being in the zone, being in that flow state, as JJ Redick calls it. And OG said, sometimes I think that's a concept. And when he was asked if he was in it tonight, he said, I could always do that. I'm always capable. This is a confident, new look OG Anunoby. And again, it was never the confidence. It was just the opportunities. The confidence has been there for OG. And now, looking at what Jalen Brunson said on the matter, he said that OG's been playing unbelievable these past couple of weeks, all season, but he really stepped up recently, just doing what he does. That's what we expect of him. Everybody knew what he could do defensively. Offensively, I think he's taken a step forward just the way he's been playing, and he's always had that, and I think he's been showcasing it. So the New York Knicks captain, Jalen Brunson, agrees. OG's had this ability. This isn't new. He's now just getting the chance to show it. And Brunson deferred when coming back from that ankle injury, still getting ready, getting warmed up, getting 100%, getting back in the flow of the game to let OG keep cooking. And that is what's happened. And it has made Knicks fans so much more confident because now think about how the New York Knicks can play this game. They can go in a whole different direction. If Tom Thibodeau wants, things can change. We look at the Knicks in the playoffs. I think they're going to play, most likely they're going to play the Detroit Pistons in round 1, and they should win that series. There's no way around it. You have OG guarding Cade Cunningham. You're going to have to make the rest of the Pistons beat you after that, and I think the Knicks are way too prepared, way too used to the playoffs and the way the Pistons are, and I think it's going to throw the Pistons for a loop. Also, Tom Thibodeau outcoached JB Bickerstaff in the 2023 NBA playoffs, and I expect him to again if the two face off as members of the Knicks and the Pistons instead of the Knicks and the Cavs. And then after that, the Knicks would play the Boston Celtics, who are not getting bounced in round 1 unless there's a multitude of injuries, which we are not hoping for. Never root for injuries. Not cool. So where we stand, the Knicks will be playing the Boston Celtics in round 2. You got OG playing like that. It's a completely different series. Also, Kristaps Porzingis is not as effective when he's the only big man on the floor. So if you go big, if you're the Knicks, you go big. You go with the starting lineup of Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Karl-Anthony Towns, Mitchell Robinson. You're going to have to figure out who you want Karl-Anthony Towns to guard because it can't be Jason Tatum. That's OG's job. Mitch is going to guard Porzingis. If you could hide Towns somewhere on Drew Holiday or something, or Derek White, or work switches, or be able to find a way to play a zone to some degree, the Knicks would be able to beat the Boston Celtics. And it starts with OG playing like this as it gives them more dynamic offensive ability. Is something we've seen with the Boston Celtics is they let one man do all the work, and that's Jalen Brunson, and it's worked for them. Brunson goes off, the rest of the Knicks gets stopped by the Celtics. They let Josh Hart shoot threes. The Celtics beat the New York Knicks. However, when you have OG Anunoby going out and doing what he's doing, and Jalen Brunson being a superstar, and Karl-Anthony Towns dragging Porzingis out of the paint, well then things get a lot more difficult for the Boston Celtics, and the Knicks now having Mitchell Robinson getting back to full strength. Their defense is a lot different. They can now defend those threes properly because if there's a blow by, Mitchell Robinson is sitting there waiting to absolutely launch that shot into the stands. They're not going to be as comfortable just driving if a Mitchell Robinson is looming at any cost. So things are about to change for the Boston Celtics when they face this Knicks team. This is not who they played a couple months ago and blew out. This is a new team, effectively, and we've seen it 100%. Now, OG has been the biggest catalyst of a change. Now he's up to 18 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists, getting one block shot per game, 1.5 steals per game, shooting 48% from the field and 38% from 3, 38% on corner threes, which is going up. OG has figured it all out, and now we are seeing the 27-year-old have this late blossoming into what looks like could be a future NBA superstar starting next season. The Knicks are going to have to find ways to run plays for OG Anunoby because this man has been insane for them, and they need OG as good as humanly possible. This version of OG, easily worth that contract. He just made all NBA fans who criticized that deal regret doing that, as OG has shown up and shown out, and I'm absolutely loving watching it. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below on OG's game. Comment if you think he could keep this up even with Jalen Brunson back. Let me know where you think this is going to go. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, guys, and go Knicks.